Chisa, Jack, Junko hold an intervention for my pancake addiction, but they're all not confused. Jack, look, Chisa clearly knows what a pancake addiction would be. Jack and Junko, they know what's going on. This isn't a confusion. They're doing this on purpose. They want the pancake title to come to the squad, and you know what? I do too. Chisa, you might have been in this group just for the memes, but like, Jack, Junko, it's time. Let's bring that pancake title home, especially you, Jack, because if you do it, you're a triple crown. The next triple crown. Good day, good people. It is another fine day in the year of the Zenith Toon Link. Dave Anomaly, the Anomalcar Spew. Know me as the man who's ready to kind of still throw back a little bit for this episode of the... Well, first I should say I'm the United States Aviator, and then I say it's the episode of the Danganronpa Hunger Games. We are on the road to Season 11, but we can't get there without some pre-season shenanigans. Not too much shenanigans today, but there will be next time and next week in the Hunger Games. I can say with certainty, it was requested in the comments, tomorrow will be, and this one was actually kind of requested in the comments too, just not a part of preseason, but I still wanted to kind of do it. Let me get back on track though. Tomorrow will be voice actors across the multiverse again, and it will be a fun one. I haven't finished setting it up, but there's some fun characters peeking in. It's an episode that you guys tend to like, and I'm looking forward to it. This time, however, you can see season 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going down all the way to season 10. We have an All-Stars episode. An All-Stars episode that we haven't had in a long time. Once upon a time, we would have an All-Stars episode, and it was like, oh, season 3 All-Stars. These are the people who rocked it in season 3 or 2 or 4 or whenever we did it. This time, I was like, let's take a big old walk back. We're gonna take a walk back through 10 seasons of All-Stars. I picked 4 characters from each season who I thought really exemplified, really had a memorable time in their specific seasons. We're gonna start off first of all, and I'll explain everybody. In season 1, you cannot talk about season 1 without talking about these 4 characters and a couple other characters, but they appear later on. Talking about Kokichi, look at him. That is the first ever champion of champions, held the first ever version of the title. There's only been 2 versions of that title, but he has held the first one, and he is the champion. Makoto, his ultimate lucky victory is one that we all still think back as the most canon victory of all time, and it was so early on, and it was so good. It was some of the best RNG we ever saw. Nekomaru, 2 wins in a single season in season 1. Later on, he would become champion, but those 2 wins in a single season, that put him on the mark. That put him on the mark, on the map rather, as a competitor. Mew also did that, but although she was an all-star this season, won the very first episode of this series, she had a better season a little bit ways down, and I think you guys know what season that is. Chihiro, ladies and gentlemen, the ultimate, the quintessential episode. Over like 130,000 views. Everyone knows him as the ultimate. Season 2. That's where we see the season of the Sonya, the season of the Sheep Wrangler really started to reign supreme, but it was also the winners versus losers season, and it was unfortunately the season that Kaito really took the title of Luminary of the Losers in the team captains game, where the winner would join the team captains of join the finale as the captain of team winners, and the loser in last place would join the captain of team losers. Kaito got last place, and I was like, huh, poor guy. And that, you know, he just never stopped losing. Junko, she won the title in season 2 at the end of season 2, and Celeste actually had the most KOs in season 2. Had not gotten a win at that point, but she had, I think, 23 maybe? I don't quite remember off the top of my head, but 23 KOs in a single season, she rocked it out. Season 3, though, was when we introduced tag teams. We'll start at the end there. Nagito, he won, what, 3 episodes? I think he won 3 episodes in that season. He kind of clutched up. His team, and in singles too, he kind of rocked out that season. It was the season of the Nagito. He was rolling. But he didn't roll all the way to the finale, because let me tell you, Komaru won at the start of that season, and it is the time that she became 2 titles Komaru. She held them both at the same time very briefly. along with the first ever champions Sarah and Kaede, the steel-minded girls, those three. Kaede also saw success in becoming the first ever Triple Crown champion. Not in this season, but that's also a reason that she's here, just in an All-Stars episode. But I was like, yeah, we'll put her in Season 3. We'll put her in Season 3. Season 4, however, you see those girls, and it's interesting because even though they're all here, Mikan, Ibuki, and Seiko is Band-Aid. In Season 4, that's not really the reason they're all here. Seiko's here for Band-Aid. Ibuki won the title at the start of Season 4. It was her very first win, and she came out on top. Mikan was the very first Agent of Chaos that season when Chaos began to reign. She reigned on Ibuki, and then they all came together at the end of the season and won the titles. That was the season of Band-Aid. But it was also the season of the Despair Dimension, which has made a return in Orteal, but Sayaka, do not forget, she was the well-known Reaper of the Despair Dimension, sending fools left and right to their demise. Do not forget about her. As we see Season 5, you know, I was doing Control Fs and I was like picking out pictures for these characters, and I accidentally picked out the Danganronpa 3 pictures for a couple of these, Toko's, Heroes, and I think Hyoko's later on. And you know, Heroes just look so good, I was like, you know, let's just use the Danganronpa 3. We don't use them really that often, so let's just pop them this time. Miu. Season 5. Undisputed. She became undisputed. What can I say? If we didn't put Miu right here, I don't know where we would put her. Hero is here as well. Look at him. He's handsome. Hero and Toko are here for one reason. They're the first ever tie in seasonal play, and they split the bracket. They shared a little piece there, and Fuyuhiko's here for a couple of reasons. He's here this time because it was for his first title win at the end of the season. He was the one who dethroned Undisputed Miu, and he's here to prove a point. Fuyuhiko has left a season with more titles than anyone. Let me say it this way. Has left or finished rather a season with a title more than anyone in the history of these games. He's left a season with the singles title twice, and he's left a season now with the tag team titles. Fuyuhiko. Also, I need to fix his sprite and a couple of the other sprites as we keep on going on, and I'll do that in a second after we look at Season 6. That was the season of the Asahinas. I'm not even gonna front. That's the season of the Asahinas. That's the season. There's nothing else to say about it. That's the season of the Asahinas. Hajime with Taka won their titles together. Fusion Ha, remember that team. But Mukuro more specifically, she came through. She got her win, and she was I think the fastest Chaos reign of all time. Mukuro, I think 10%. Will we see something like that happen again? I'm not sure, but we'll move on now to Season 7. Chisa, one of the, and I will say it, one of the most exciting, one of the most exciting Agents of Chaos of all time, because she almost caused a Chaos Transferal, but arguably did cause a Chaos Transferal, but didn't because Yuta won the title, but she was in his body. That was that season. That was an intense storyline. And then later on, she would go to win the titles and win the singles title in Season 8. Season 7 also saw Genocide Jack finally catch those tag team titles with Komaru, who's already up there somewhere, but she captured those titles. And she has now held both titles in the series at the end of Season 7. Hiroko's here because she held the title. This was the Boundless Chaos. I think it was Boundless Chaos. I might have said Endless Chaos. Who knows? Hiroko, I wanted to put her here. More so because, well, she's Hiroko. Love her to bitch. She's amazing. She won the title and we didn't really, go crazy about it. I feel like if she won the title now, we would all pop off because that's Mama. This was before we started calling her that. And I feel like it was a missed opportunity, so I gotta give her her due. But most importantly, in Season 7, Monophony was the first person to win the 1 vs 100 episode and carry that momentum on to retain the title at the end of the season. She's the only other person to ever retain the title. And the 1 vs 100 episode was for the title. Never forget that. She is the one who did that. Looking at you, Miu. Maybe Monophony is the real undisputed one. Season 8. I don't even need to say it. Rantaro, Sato, Hornbearers. What can I say? What can I say? Look at them. You know what happened in Season 8. They were the Agents of Chaos. They were the first Agents of Chaos to win and claim the titles. Cash in Chaos and claim the titles. And they're the only tag team to ever successfully defend the titles all in the same season. They are incredible. That was their season. That was their season. But we also have to remember, that wasn't just their season. Season 8 was a really crazy, and that's why all 4 of these members are here for tag team action. Season 8 also saw Fat Togami and Izuyoi both both win the tag team titles in what was a tie in tag team championship action, the only tie we've ever seen in championship action. It was incredible, it was phenomenal, and that is why those 4 are all-stars in that season. Season 9, we see So. Why is So here? It's odd that we see a non-Danganronpa character show up. We saw Sarah earlier because, you know, first tag team champions with So. He became tag team Agent of Chaos and then went on to win the singles title, being the only non-Danganronpa character in history to hold the Champion of Champions title. So is always worth talking about in that instance. Kotoko. She was actually in here a little bit earlier because that's when she started to get the moniker of the Preseason Princess a little bit earlier than Season 9. But Season 9 is when she became the only competitor in the history of history to be a 2-time Agent of Chaos, to reign chaos in both singles action and tag team action. Kotoko, you never forget her when we talk about chaos, when we talk about Preseason. She is a name that always comes up. Jotaro. And these 2 are both here because, well, it was the prophecy. It was the prophecy. Jotaro and Masaru both cashed in their very first wins as well. Masaru finally got a glimpse of teamwork, and every time Masaru has won, Neko has been by his side. Jotaro won in that Rumble, and then his team went on to cash in and win those championships. So good on Jotaro. And Season 10 sees our new champion, Teru, the second person who ever win 1 vs 100, carried that momentum on to Season 10 and ending it with a win and a title. Teru, looking at you. Chiaki is here because she also has now held the singles title and the tag team titles, not at the same time, but has held them both. She more specifically is here because now she is the only character to win both of her titles via Chaos reigning. And by both of those titles, I mean once in singles action and once in tag team action. She's the only one to do it. Kyoko and Gonta are both here because they both carried 25 KOs, I believe, in a single season. They tied for first in Season 10. They went wild, they went crazy. And they both picked up their wins, respectively. Congratulations to them. And I'm gonna take a second to fix those championships, right? Because I'm still not used to using them for our new champions. For specifically Sato, Teru, and Fuyuhiko's here, Maki's not here. Correct? Yes. I'm gonna go fix those. I'll be right back. There we go. So now you can make those picks, and I will ask you, who do you got? First, second, and third. This is preseason, so do remember first and second, these placements are important. We'll go on to the Hunger Games. Oh no, singles finale. OC finale. I'm thinking about OC action because OC action and OC entrance will open in soon. They'll open during the OC. They might open the Friday before. No, they'll probably open that Sunday. The Sunday of the OC Agent of Chaos episodes. Oh, it's because it'll be probably a back-to-back. Yeah, I'm still not entirely certain how I'm gonna do that. It might be one long premiere, and I think I might be okay with that. We'll see. Anyway, hope you guys are excited for it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. A double header is what they call it in baseball. Make those picks first, second, and third. We're on the road to Season 11. What's the gimmick? I have a couple ideas. I haven't decided yet. There's been a couple of good ideas in the comments too that I want to get to. I have one long-standing idea. But that long-standing idea, there's like a couple that I'm like, oh yeah, I want to do this, and oh yeah, I want to do this. And then there's something like, I don't have to do this. And then there's one specifically that I'm like, if there's ever like the final season, that's the gimmick that I know that I'm gonna do, you know? Yeah. Because it's been a gimmick that I've been like, no, this doesn't feel like a right time for it. It feels like I'm thinking about this gimmick and it doesn't feel like it's the right time for this gimmick until like, I'm just like, that's it. This is the last one. But this ain't the last one. So, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, children of all ages, you've made your picks. Your picks are important, your comments are important. Make them in the comments, that's where I see you do them. I'm gonna make mine too. But your comments are important like this one, that one, and even that one. Who do I got? I'll tell you who I got. Or better yet, I won't tell you. In fact, maybe I'll pick maybe make my picks in here. I'm gonna write down my picks in my handy. You know what? No. That's too handy and dandy. I need something stronger than just handy dandy. My Jinx is powerful. If I write these names down in this notebook, it'll be like the Death Note, and those picks will perish. I need a stronger notebook, not just one that's handy. And I need it imbued with some special power. If my picks never give up, oh yes, then perhaps, then in fact, then maybe. Can be dreams come true. I'll write my picks down here. You won't know them until the very end, but I'm gonna write down my picks. I already know. I actually have no idea who I'm gonna pick, but let me see if this works. If this works, ladies and gentlemen, this thing is more powerful than the Jinx itself. Let me get gotta test this one. All right, one picking you. Write down your name. Who else do I got? Who else do I want to? I gotta see first and second. Who do I want to see go on is my real question. Who do I want to see go on? Who do I want to see go? I think I know who I want to see go on. All right, yeah, okay. All right, okay. Yep, I got you, and then you know who else? You know who else I got? I got Yep, I know who I got. I've made my decision. I've made my 3 picks. And with that, you don't know. Are my picks the same as yours? We'll have to wait and see, but without further ado, I think it's time to get the show on the road. We got these All-Stars in what should be a grand All-Star studded match. Oh yes. I already see Asner over. I'm just gonna grab him. If I grab him, then he can't do anything ridiculous. If he's in my grasp, he literally can't do anything. Like, look, I got him right now. He can't do anything crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, I do believe it is time to... See? He can't do it. Where did you find that? Is that my... Huh. Well, this brings back some memories, man. This is my old eye patch. My goggled eye patch from back when I was in my pirate days. Which didn't happen because I've never been a pirate. Never. Not once. Ha. 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 We'll talk after the show. I don't know how you found that. It should be at the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea. Hey, let's roll this thing though. How many times are we simulating for the first time in preseason season 11? A full studded 6. Hope you guys are ready. I hope you guys are ready to see if my picks do well. Who do you think that I picked? Go ahead and guess that too. Guess who you think I picked? Maybe you'll be surprised, or maybe you won't, but we have to resimulate it. Not 1 time, not 2 times, not 3 times, not even 4 times, not even 5 times. But for the first time in preseason 11, 6. 6 time. 10 seasons, 40 competitors, 1 moment to make. Top 2 who are not already in that season 11 premiere. And that season 11 premiere includes Teruteru, Kyoko, Sonya, Monotaro, Komaru, Turnip Boy, Himiko, Sakura, Samugi, Hifumi, Kokichi, Munakata, but one and another one will go on as well. And who will they be? Well, I don't know. We'll have to proceed, and we have to see, first and foremost, Sato. You love to see that, and you also like, you know what I love to see. I know what I love to hear. It's you, Sato. My pancake champion. And the thing that you do so well, with a band of merry, gentle players. Look, sound the horns. Thank you, Horn Bears. I do appreciate it. You've been doing so well for so long at this point. They are a true staple in this series. They are a faction of their own. But will any of them win today is a good question. Let's see. Sato is sick and tired of these reptiles, grabs a hat, grabs a net, and joins AV's animal control baby, Sato. You love to see that. Gonta runs away from the cornucopia. Toko brought a tray of freshly baked cookies. Mikon doesn't get any though, that's just mean. So, and Chisa are resurrected by the Lich King and to kill the other tributes. Jotaro refuses to fall into despair. Makoto and Celeste wrestle over a bag. Nakamaru comes and throws pocket sand into both of them, allowing him to snatch the bag with ease. Now, usually, the person who throws that pocket sand is usually a slimmer, smaller character. So I'm just imagining Nakamaru with these heaving handfuls of pocket sand, just like bam, bam, and just takes the bag and low-key knocks the two of them out. Masaru pushes Kokichi off of a cliff during a knife fight. Masaru does not have Neku on his side right now, which is interesting. Can he pull off the first victory where he doesn't have Neku by his side? Let me tell you, if this ain't the truth, backed by popular demand. Genocide Jack. Oh, it's true. Oh, it's true. Junko grabs a shovel. Teruteru finds a backpack full of camping equipment. Nagito takes a sickle from inside the cornucopia. Rantaro refuses to fall into despair. Sonya runs away from the cornucopia. Fat Togami and Chiaki agree to kill each other last. Fuiko spots his most prized possession hidden amongst the supplies. He goes to grab it, but the preseason Princess Toko, she reaches it first. You hate to see that. Hina accidentally steps on a landmine. Izuyoi and Hiro fight for a bag. Izuyoi gives up and retreats. Komaru and Yuta are resurrected by the Lich King to kill the other tributes, two very powerful enemies. However, Mew overheard what I said, and I said, well, perhaps Monophony is the true undisputed one. Mew says, try me. Overpowers Monophony, killing her. She had something to prove, apparently. Goodness gracious. Chiro finds a teleporter, teleports him to Garrikmok Monastery. He steals an ancient relic and returns to the game. Mukuro severely injures Seiko and leaves her to die. Seiko. Kaito spots the most prized possession hidden amongst the supplies. He goes to grab it, but Ibuki reaches it first. Sarah has already killed Hajime at the start of this. Sarah. How could you? In fact, the horns hadn't even sounded. Get out of here, Sarah. You're eliminated. Violating the rules. You hate to see that. Saika runs away from the cornucopia. Hiroko runs into the cornucopia and hides rather. Kyoko is the elusive Option 11. Never forget about Option 11, but Triple Crown Kaede falls into a frozen lake and she perishes. We did lose quite a few people, but we're gonna lose even more. I feel like day one is gonna be one of the most brutal we've seen in a long time. Shall we? It starts off pretty brutal as Genocide Jack sets Makoto on fire with a Molotov. Komaru commits a crime and runs away giggling like a schoolgirl. Rantaro receives a first aid kit from the comment section. Y'all are sponsoring Rantaro. Do I blame you? Not at all. He is a horn bear. He most certainly is. I'm gonna have to find my... Where did I put one? It was just here. It's disappeared. What kind of Asnir? Yo, I really have no idea where it went though. That's interesting, but the show goes on. Saika catches Nagito off guard and kills him. Rest in peace to him. Fat Togami, there's a lot of people down there. Strangles Hero with his brand new socks. Hero's looking fresh and so clean, but it couldn't get him the win. Fuiko and Hiroko play tricks on Jotaro while Celeste steals from his room. Ibuki convinces Yuta to climb into a hydraulic press and crushes him. She apparently does not fear the Asahinas. Junko hands Chihiro and Kaito an invitation to her birthday party. They both tear up the invitation before her very eyes. Chisa, Mikon, Sato, and Kyoko summon a mystical lake hidden deep beneath the arena, whose mystical waters turn them into chibi forms of themselves. They proceed to kill Kotoko with cuteness. I mean, that is a pretty cute bunch, I won't lie. Kotoko would probably be geeking out over the cuteness. She probably, that's almost, she would call them adorbs. I feel like that's almost in character. Sonya starts a cult. Gonta, Masaru, Izuyoi, and Nekomaru happily join. Chiaki, Toko, Mukuro, and Mew hunt for other tributes. Teru receives a knife from an unknown sponsor. So receives a knife from an unknown sponsor as well. Knife buddies, okay. 12 shots, a dozen gone. Out of our 40, 28 remain. Are your picks still in? Are my picks still in? Maybe. Maybe. it's a clear day Loon 4. Kokichi, Hina, Monofini, Seiko, Sarah, Hajime, Kaede, Makoto, Nagito, Hiro, Yuta, Kotoko. Man, are my picks still in? Okay, alright, we'll look at that, we'll see, eventually. Eventually. Season 1 still sees Nekomaru and Chihiro. Season 2 is completely in. They are the strongest season so far. Komaru remains as the only representatives from Season 3. Mikan, Ibuki, and freaking Sayaka from Season 4. Season 5 sees the tag champ Fuyuhiko from Hired Hand, Toko, and Mew. Mukuro is still around for Season 6. Season 7 sees Momo, Genocide Jack, and Chisa. Season 8's also completely around. I'll be frank, Season 8 was kind of a strong Season 2, I won't lie. I kind of, I don't know why the Hornbearers really hyped me up that season. But I do love the Hornbearers. Season 9 still sees So, Jotaro, and Masaru. And Season 10 still completely in as well. Teru, our champion, Chiaki, Kyoko, and Gonta. But, I could ask you, are your picks still in? You're wondering if my picks are still in. I will tell you I have at least one pick. Maybe 2, maybe 3 picks still in. Are you impressed that they're not all perishing right now? No. Let's go on. Let's click proceed, and we will see who else gets out. Will your picks beat my picks? We'll have to wait and see. Fuyuko finds a big red button. He decides not to press it, but actually trips into it and activates the button. He doesn't perish, but Masaru, Toko, and Mukuro suddenly drop dead for no discernible reason. Well, I'll be in the dead of night. Sato ducks and dodges the laser defense system and manages to escape the arena James Bond style. Impressive, but she is still disqualified. You get out there, get yourself a ice cream cone or something. Nekomaru, Komaru, Sato, Genocide Jack, and Chiaki get together to form an idol group. Well, good on ya. Rantaro fiercely shakes up a can of soda, pops the tab, blasting Mikan in the face with a stream of soda. Celeste goes to the Love Hotel with Chihiro, ends up waking up beside Ibuki. Junko commits tax evasion. So asks Mew to help him go to sleep. Mew is like, I'm undisputed, lifts So onto her shoulders, drops So onto her knee, hits the GTS. So is out cold. Chisa teaches Hiroko and Kyoko how to use ice magic. Sayaka lets Fatsugami into her shelter. Izzy and Jotaro have a pose off. Jotaro wins. Sonya firebends the champion out of existence. She was like, it should have been me. Gonzo attempts to climb a tree, but unfortunately, the big buff bug boy, falls to his demise. We lost another few, but we still have a day to get through, and that day is day 2. And Chisa questions her sanity. Rantaro picks Komaru up and throws her at Sonya. Izuyoi reaches his hand towards the screen. The Watcher is in safe run. Kaito takes Celeste to Suplex City. Nekomaru finds the Infinity Gauntlet, but it doesn't have any Infinity Stones in it, so he just beats Hiroko to death with it. Nekomaru. That's mama, why'd you do that? Fuyuko and Fatsugami enter a rebuttal showdown. Junko asks Jotaro if Jotaro likes boats. Jotaro goes on a tirade about how much he loves boats. Junko kills Jotaro as he is rambling. Honestly? That feels almost like it could be a canon moment. Ibuki finds a water gun, fills it up with holy water, fires it at Chiaki, getting her wet. Listen here, Mikan doesn't like So. She's gonna bark at him. Bark, 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 bark. Sayaka advertises her Fangon to Chihiro, and speaking of Fangons, next week, Thursday? Friday? Friday, Thursday? I can pull it up right now. It's actually open right now. Friday. Yes, next Friday. Fangon episode. Big old Fangon episode. I'm excited for that one. It's still being set up, but I've gotten through a good chunk of them. I'm excited for it. It should be a fun time. And maybe even Sayaka's Fangon will show up. Genocide Jack does a rain dance, summoning a thunderstorm. A random bolt of lightning strikes down Mew. Genocide Jack's like, you might be undisputed, but at least I've held both singles and tag team gold. To start when an alien device did what it did, it stuck itself upon her wrist with Secrets of the Hood. Now she's got superpowers. She's no ordinary kid, she's Kyoko. 10, we will proceed, and we see not 10, but 9 fallen tributes. And those 9 fallen tributes, 2 of them champions. But it is just one Clarity Loom 4. Masaru, Toko, Mukuro, Sato, Teru, Gonta, Hiroko, Jotaro, Mew. Top 2, remember, we'll see everybody's statuses. I will tell you, I have at least 1 pick still in. Is it 2? Is it 3? Man, I don't know. At Saving Grace picks, I'll tell you how many Saving Grace picks I need. That much I will tell you. We're not there yet, though. We are at 19, I believe? 19 sounds right. We'll check. It's 19. Including Nekomaru, Chihiro. All of Season 2 still. Sonya, Kaito, Junko, and Celeste. They are vibing together. Can Season 2 prove to be dominant? They are no, I was gonna say they're a dominant foursome, but Kaito, yeah. Komaru's still around for Season 3, Season 4 still sees freaking Sayaka, Ibuki, and Mikan Fui, he goes around for Season 5. Season 6, I think, is our first team completely out. Yeah, Season 6, the season of the Asahinas. Apparently that Asahina drive has died down. Hopefully that doesn't jinx the rest of Season 11, the Asahinas just reign supreme again. Season 7 sees Chisa and Genocide Jack. Season 8 sees Rantaro, Fatogami, and Izuyoi. Season 9 sees So, and Season 10 sees Chiaki and Kyoko. We are down to 19. The top 2 who are not already in that finale will go on to that, or it's in that premiere, go on to that premiere. We will go on though, because we got another 9 to lose until your Saving Grace picks. Boom! Are you ready? I hope you're ready. I hope you are ready. Because we gotta see, we probably will lose those 9, we'll probably lose like 4, and then it'll be feast time, and we'll lose way more than 4. That's just what it feels like. Are you feeling that? Are you feeling it? I'm feeling it. You know what else I feel? A proceed. Despite Sayaka's desperate begging, Chisa decides to leave her campsite. Mikan commits tax evasion. Genocide Jack, Chiaki, and Fatsugami get into a scrum debate with Komaru, Fuiko, and Izuyoi about who the strongest character in Danganronpa is. It's probably not one of the big buff people, if I'm being completely honest. If we're talking like pound for pound strength, I think that's an interesting question. Sonya, pound for pound strength is a really interesting question. I would love to like analyze that. I would really love to analyze that actually. Sonya receives medical supply from an unknown sponsor. Chihiro is unable to start a fire and sleeps without warmth. So, looks at the nighttime sky. Incredible. Nekomaru and Rantaro create their own secret code language so that they can communicate safely without any unwanted eavesdroppers listening in. Celeste throws a party. At her shelter, invites Junko, Ibuki, and Kaito. The party turns sour and they all start arguing over what song should be blasting through the speakers. Rebel Heart, Invincible Rainbow Arrow, you got all these options. Kyoko dyes her hair purple. It's already, you know what, you do you, Kyoko. We didn't lose a soul today, did we? Peace. Peace on Earth. Peace on Earth is not continuing, in fact. Ibuki, she's in completely pale, Izuyoi sees a completely pale Ibuki washed ashore, unmoving, revives her with CPR, Fatogami commits a crime, runs away giggling. Mikan receives fresh food from a mysterious man dressed as a wizard. Hajime, you're still in there somewhere. I knew it. Sonya theorizing about how best to counter my Jinx. You don't even know if you're on this list, Sonya. You don't even know if you're on this list. You might be. Celeste is thinking of, accidentally blurts out the fact that she likes Chihiro in a non-platonic way. Chihiro says, "Feel affection," and kills Celeste. But let me tell you, I'm very happy about this next one. Look at that! Look at all those squad members really doing those things that I do love. The things. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, okay. Great. Chisa, Jack, Junko hold an intervention for my pancake addiction, but they're all not confused. Jack, look, Chisa clearly knows what a pancake addiction would be. Jack and Junko, they know what's going on. This isn't a confusion. They're doing this on purpose. They want the pancake title to come to the squad, and you know what? I do too. Chisa, you might have been in this group just for the memes, but like, Jack, Junko, it's time. Let's bring that pancake title home, especially you, Jack, because if you do it, you're a triple crown. The next triple crown. It's possible. Kaito finds a stack of pancakes that I hypothetically hinted at. Good on you. Rantaro works at Yoko's Items and Misfortunes, which happens to be hiring. How unfortunate. Chiaki is horrified when Sayaka goes to a job interview for it, killing her. Rest in peace. So throws a knife into Fuiko's head. Komaru repeatedly stabs Kyoko to death with sighs, and Nekomaru searches for firewood. Yeah, this turned a little bloody towards the end, but we only lost 4. I believe that brings us down to 15, and after this, Claire, Daylune 4. Celeste, Sayaka, Fuyuhiko, Kyoko. We are down to 15. 15, and are my picks still in? Perhaps they are still in. Maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe I'll need saving grace picks. I'll tell you, I might need saving grace picks. I might need at least one. Or will I? We'll see. Nekomaru and Chihiro still around. They finally lost someone in Season 2. Sonya, Kaito, and Junko carry on forward. Season 3 sees Komaru. 4 sees Mikon and Ibuki. Season 5 is now completely out. So is Season 6. Season 7 still has Chisa and Jack. 8 still has Rantaro, Fat Togami, and Izioid. 9 sees So, and 10 sees Chiaki. We are gonna keep on keeping on because the top 2 spots who are not already in that premiere, we gotta see who fills out that Season 11 premiere, and we have to proceed to do it. 15 left? 15 left. I'm not tripping, right? If I could spell alive, there we go. 15 remain, and 1 proceed will get us 1 step closer, and we see. Look at it! So screams into the void! He wants the title again! So, I shouldn't have counted him out. He's not in my picks, I'll admit. Shouldn't have counted that man out, though. Chiaki finds a stereo presses player, plays some sick beats. Sonya and Mikon create their own secret code language so they can communicate safely without any unwanted eavesdroppers listening in. Ibuki discovers Komaru's body hanging upside down from a telephone pole. Nobody knows what happens, but Komaru certainly isn't alive to tell the tale. Fat Togami and Junko prepare for a spooky month by doing the spooky dance. Genocide Jack dyes her hair red. Not the worst look, I don't think. Izioid fiercely shakes up a can of soda, pops a tab, blasting Rantaro in the face with a stream of soda. Chisa dyes her hair purple. Not... If it's like a pale purple, not like a deep purple, but like maybe even a deep purple might work. Maybe, Chisa, maybe, okay. Nekomaru enters Kaito's mind. It was a pleasant trip. Chihiro receives spaghetti from an unknown sponsor, and let me tell you, it's feast time. That's not a prediction, it's the feast. I knew it. I knew it. The cornucopia is replenished with food, weapons, memoirs from the tribute's families. Rantaro stuffs a bundle of dry clothing into a backpack before sprinting away. Junko decides, I'm not going there. Sonya overpowers Ibuki, killing her. Rest in peace to her. Izio gathers as much food into a bag as he can before fleeing. So shoots a poisonous dart into Chiaki's neck, slowly killing her. Nekomaru severely injures Chihiro and leaves him there to die. Goodness gracious, Fat Togami decides not to attend the feast. Kaito gathers as much food in a bag as he can before fleeing. Mikon tries to convince Genocide Jack that their steamed hams are homemade. Genocide Jack doesn't buy it, so Mikon kills Genocide Jack. Jack's gone, and so is Chisa. She falls into a pit and dies, and I still think we have a day to get through after this. We are definitely within saving grace picks range, and now we gotta like start paying attention to who's gonna go on, who has the potential as we proceed. Kaito, Rantaro, Nekomaru receives an important report cards for their performance this game. Kaito gets an A! A! Kaito, A! A! That's good for you! Rantaro gets a C and Nekomaru gets a big fat F. Junko is the best in the world! Mikon uses a spell to suck the intelligence out of So, which shockingly works, leaving So literally dumbfounded. Izio plants flowers around Fat Togami's grave. Fat Togami screams from behind him, hello, I'm still alive! Izio simply says for now. They're trying to set up what they did last time. They're trying to get another tie. I know what they're doing. Sonya plays chess with death. She loses the game and thus loses her life. Luckily, she didn't need this game because she is in that that singles 11, season 11 premiere. Are you ready? We will proceed. We lost 7. 8 remain. 2 go on to that illustrious season 11 premiere. But I say it's a Claire de Lune 4. Komaru, Ibuki, Chiaki, Chihiro, Jack, Chisa, Sonya. Well, okay. We'll see everybody's statuses though. We are down to just 8. Just 8, and it's an interesting 8. It's a fateful 8, and I will tell you, I'm gonna need some saving grace picks because this never give up. Nope, it didn't work because one of my picks gone, another one of my picks gone, another one of my picks gone. All 3 of my picks are gone. All of them. But that don't mean I'm not gonna make new picks because let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to make some new picks. I need some. I definitely need some. But it's time for your saving grace picks. Nekomaru, former champion of champions, wants another shot at that gold. He'll have to fit into the top 2 to get that done. Kaito squandered his opportunity. He was put in by you guys and squandered it. Can he come back from that devastating defeat? I don't know. Junko. She started at the top of the mountain in Season 10. She wants to start at the top of the mountain in Season 11. She's got a possibility. Mikan. She's seen glory from tag team action. She wants glory in her own right. She wants a singles title. Mikan. Can she do it? Former Agent of Chaos, former 2-time tag team champion, but now she wants gold on her own. And we see Rantaro, the Wish King. Two-time technically, yes, 2-time tag team champion. As well as the caveat that he is the only one half of the only tag team to ever retain those tag team titles. Fat Togami and Izui, they have tied in the past. They want to do it today, and so is ready to shock the system. He wants singles gold again. He not only wants to be the only character who's non-Danganronpa to hold that title, but he wants to be the only character non-Danganronpa to win that title. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna make some new picks. Ladies and gentlemen, you make your picks too in the comments below. First, second, and third. You know how to do it. Comment on your comment, like my comment on my comment. Do whatever you gotta do to make those saving grace picks known. I'm gonna write down my picks once again. I'll reveal this slice of this piece of paper at the end of this one, but let me tell you, I already know who I'm picking. I already know first, second, and third, and in this order. It's not a prediction, it's a spoiler. Alright? Okay. Yep. Alright? I'm not jinxing a single soul here, but I know just how this is gonna go. I made my picks. Are you scared? I'm gonna even put this down here. I'll remember I'll show you my first picks. It was pretty bad, I'll admit. It was pretty bad. I had Sayaka, Seiko, and Hajime. Seiko and Hajime died in the bloodbath. Sayaka lasted a little bit, but yeah. However, my saving grace picks on the other side, oh, they got this. Oh, they got this. In fact, they got it so good. Stick that right there. That's my old picks. On the back is my saving grace picks. And it's gonna be glorious. Especially when I look at these competitors: Nekomaru, Kaito, Junko, Mikan, Rantaro, Fat Togami, Izui, and so. Standing tall. And as we look in here, I don't know if any of you are in already, are you? Rantaro wasn't, Fat Togami was not, Izui and So definitely weren't, Mikan was not in the singles one, Junko didn't make it, I know, Kaito didn't make it, and neither, all of them have the opportunity. It's just the top 2. These 8 all need it. And that makes this a little bit more intense. They all need it. There's no, oh, the first 2 people were already in, so then the next 2 people go on. It's every person for themselves. Which really puts everyone at odds. Which really puts everyone staring at each other. Hearts racing. Faster, faster, the same beat, the same pulse, the same rate. Is that of a samurai woman. Are you ready? Because it's time to go. It's time to do this thing. Let's scroll down. It's your final 8. All of them need this opportunity. Interestingly enough, everyone here is a former champion. So, in singles and tag team action. Fat Togami in tag team action, Izui in tag team action, Rantaro in tag team action, Mikan in tag team action, Junko in just singles action, Kaito in tag team action, and Nekomaru in singles action. We gotta proceed. Everyone's been a champion before. However, you thought it was Fat Togami actually, but it was me, Dio! Kaito, Rantaro, and Nekomaru sleep and shifts. Mikan finds a big red button. Presses it. I'm sorry, it doesn't do anything. Sorry, Mikan. So reminisces about the year of the horizon. Izzy wants to speak with the manager of Avi's Wares and despairs, and Junko also finds a button, presses it immediately. It doesn't do anything, much to her disappointment. And well, let's proceed. Nobody perished, but now someone does. Fat Togami strangles Nekomaru with a rope. Izui tries to sleep the entire day. Rantaro sees smoke rising in the distance and decides not to investigate. Junko starts to go insane. So, holds Mikan's head underwater. Mikan grabs his arm, pulls him into the lake with her. Both tributes are unable to kill one another, so they simply swim away. Kaito trips on a comically placed banana peel and falls off of a cliff. Kaito. It's almost funny how often you get to this point now, and then you perish. And in such a comical way, too. That is why he's not on that list of my saving grace picks. Kaito is not there, and unfortunately, it is indeed a Clear Day Loon 4. Nakamaru. Kaito. Kaito, you really gotta watch your step, my guy. You really gotta watch your step, my guy. We'll see everybody's statuses. It's just your final 6. It is Junko, Mikan, Rantaro, Batogami, Izuyoi, and So. Final 6. Still technically Samurai Woman. One more until it's a Crisis of Fate. But I don't know if we're gonna... I feel like we might skip right to... Who will it be? I don't know. I'm not entirely certain. But only the top 2 will go on. The next 4 competitors to perish? Well, it's bad news bears. 4 of them will proceed once again, and we will see. Junko, So, Mikan, sit around the campfire, sing the campfire song. Junko and So are here together in the final few again. Interesting. Izuyoi, there's a lot of button pressing today. Izuyoi finds a big red button and decides to leave it be. Rantaro finds a big red button, presses it. Fortunately, the button doesn't do a thing. And did you know a group of Komodo dragons is called a bank? Because Fatogami's going to the bank, and he's pissed off a bank of Komodo dragons and he got killed for it. That brings us to 5. Junko, So, Mikan, Izuyoi, Rantaro. 3 of them will perish. 2 of them will go on. And as we proceed, 2 of them have perished. But it's your final 3. Rantaro starts writing a novel. Will he ever finish it? So places a bomb next to a river to explode fish. The blast catches Junko and Izuyoi in it as well. So's like, Junko, not today. Goodness gracious, So. Mikan receives a knife from an unknown sponsor. It is down to Rantaro, So, and Mikan, and unless there's an arena event, it is indeed just a terrible turnabout for Fatogami, Junko, Izuyoi. We lost 3. There are 3 left. And the next person to perish, it's bad news for you. You will not go on to that singles premiere. It is Mikan, it is So, and it is Rantaro. Mikan, So never held that singles title. I'm sorry, Mikan and Rantaro never held that singles title. Both of them have held tag team gold. In fact, everyone here is a former tag team champion. Mikan from Band-Aid, Rantaro from both the Horn Bearers and from the Loving Brothers, I believe? Alice, Rantaro, and Mondo all very briefly held the titles in a late Chaos Reign. And I think they had to defend them like 2 weeks later. Loving Brothers, I believe. I believe that was it. I believe that was the name. And then, So. Who is somehow, someway, a power player in these games. It is Mikan, it is Rantaro, and it is So. And it is, for the 3 of them, within our final 5, something that we like to call a crisis of fate. Are you ready? Are you steady? Because this round is about to be as good as spaghetti. So, Rantaro, Mikan, which one will perish next because that person will not go on, and the person not to go on is Rantaro. So's ultimate move is fully charged. Rantaro falls into a frozen lake and drowns, and Mikan sees a fire but stays hidden. It is So, it is Mikan. They will go on to fight. So could do it again. He could make that magic happen again. And that is very interesting. Mikan, she's just glad to be there. She could win her first singles title. However, it's not about that right now. Right now, it's about a little bit of momentum. And who's going to walk out with that momentum? Hold on. More specifically, not who's going to walk out with that momentum, but who will it be? So, Mikan. So, I don't know what you did. We once considered you a weakling who's got the prowess to do mind games like nobody else. But recently you've been proving that you have got a little bit of muscle to take out these competitors. Mikon, on the other hand, oh, this is very interesting. 2 former tag team champions. 2 former Agents of Chaos. But only 1 is a former champion of champions. Mikon looks to change that, and Mikon looks to carry out momentum by taking that former champion out. Will it be so? Or Mikon? Mikon or so? Only one can do it. And that one will be Mikon, as Mikon kills So for his supplies. Never for, in fact, I love this because Mikon puts So in his place. You may be wondering, how is that possible? You know what? First and foremost, let's calm this down. Let's give them a nice little, let's give them a nice terrible turnabout for Rantaro. So. It's just, it all processed in my brain in like a split second. We'll go and look, and it's just Mikon. Good on her. She carried on for Team Band-Aid and technically Psycho, I guess, again. However, I do believe we get to say a little something something. And that something something is who is it? Oh yes, your winner! People often regard So as one truly chaotic soul. The one who won in tag team action Agents of Chaos and then went on to win the singles title. However, she crawled so that So could walk. She was the first Agent of Chaos, and she's here to prove that she deserves to be champion. Mikon takes the win. I do love Mikon. I do. She's from Band-Aid, and you know, it's good to see Band-Aid still doing good things, Band-Aid. Still doing okay, you know, I like that. So, I bet you're wondering, did I pick Mikon? No. I picked So. I thought it was gonna be So. I did. But I was, maybe I jinxed it. Nekomaru and Junko were also, okay, so look. This in an effort to not jinx the souls that, yeah, I was thinking, you know, maybe it's commentator's curse. If I say the words, then they'll be doomed. But if I don't say their names, they won't be doomed. No, it's just even if I consider, hey, they'll win. Whoopsie doodle. We'll proceed. Hey. But Mikon, major congratulations to you. I love you. I love you to bits, Mikon. You're going on to fight for that singles title. You pull off a win that'll be an easier win than the one that you did today. It's way less competitive. It's not 40. It's just a game of 24, Mikon. And you gotta come out on top of that one. And you will be the next member of Band-Aid to have held the tag team titles and to now hold the singles title. Seiko wants to do it too. I know she can do it. I still have a little bit of love in my heart for Band-Aid. Every time I see them do well, it warms my good old heart. So, however, I gotta admit, I gotta hand it to the boy. He is a competitor. He has grown into a true fiend in these games. He sees gold and he says, I want it. Will he and Junko split up? Maybe. I think it might be the end of, unless they, once again, unless they become Agents of Chaos again, or they make it into that match and they win the gold, it's possible. So and Junko, they might split. They might go their separate ways. They have made some magic together already. I will wholly admit. And they are one of the most consistent teams, and that's really dangerous. I don't want to talk about like splitting teams up right now, but it is also time to talk about that as well. If you have tag team ideas, make sure to submit them in the box that's in the submission box, the tag team submission box, which is in the description, or you can submit them on the Discord and Hunger Games brainstorming is where everyone's kind of putting them, which is lovely. Because I go through there and I look at them and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. I'll keep that in mind. If I can maybe make that team, then we'll probably do it. We got some good team ideas already in both places, actually, in both places. Rantaro 3rd, Izuoi 4th, Junko 5th, Fat Togami 6th, Kaito 7th, Nekomaru 8th, Sonya 9th, and rounding off your top 10 is Chisa. We'll scroll all the way down. One more again. Who was last? Kokichi. Poor Kokichi, but he didn't need this. He didn't need this because he's already in this Teru Kyoko, Sonya, Monotaro, Komaru, Turnip Boy, Himiko, Sakura, Samugi, Hifumi, Kokichi, Munakata, and now So and Mikan join that lovely list. And tomorrow 2 more people will join. Will they be Danganronpa characters? Maybe. That's a big maybe. Because it's voice actors across the universe, and it's gonna be a show of shows. Last premiere we had what? Was it Sonic that made it, or was it Jet? I think it might have been Sonic. I think it was Sonic. Good on Sonic. Will Sonic be back? Sonic could... he might be back. I don't know. Masaru pushing Kokichi off the cliff during a knife fight to start this thing. And then Mikan killing So for his supplies because Mikan knew that he would be well prepared. Mikan won this thing. She did it. I'm proud of her. Good on her. And now, we'll proceed. We'll see So had 4 KOs. Fuyiko and Mikan both had 3. Fat Togami with 2. Genocide Jack, Nekomaru, Sonya with 2. In fact... I think at this point in the series, most people have held a title. I won't say most, but a lot of people have held a title. A lot of Danganronpa 3 is missing. Not a good chunk of Danganronpa 2. Danganronpa 2 has a lot of success, but there's a couple people in Danganronpa V3, Danganronpa 2, Danganronpa 1 that do need titles. Oh, you gotta work for those titles. You gotta get good RNG for those titles. Ultra Despair Girl's low-key kind of lacking as well. Not really lacking. The Warriors of Hope are kind of lacking. That much is true. So there's still a good chunk of characters who just don't have titles, which is unfortunate. But they may never get them. They may never get those titles. Being a title holder, it is something you gotta earn, you gotta work for it, and you gotta have the best of RNG. Whether it be Pancake Championship, whether it be Singles Champion of Champions title, or in Tag Team action, however. One thing does stand true. That was a build-up for something. I don't really remember where I was going with it. Hey, make some teams. I'll make some too. And I guess technically Fire Emblem Birthright. Birthright characters, I'm willing to allow. I'm willing to allow Birthright characters. Some of them will be in I think Birthright is the only game that we finished this season. Yeah? Yeah. That's true. Yeah, that's true, because we're only playing Birthright and we're playing, what is it? Fire Emblem. No, that is Fire Emblem. We're playing Persona 5 Royal, which is a lot of fun, I will admit. And I'm excited to get some of those characters in, because there's some good teams we can make with Persona 5. We gotta finish that first, because no spoilers, because I'm sure there's plenty of spoilers that could happen for Persona 5. However, we will go back to the Reaping, and we will see. Season 3. No, Season 4 came out on top, which was the Despair Dimension season. Not a bad season. Also, still one of my favorite gimmicks, I won't lie. I'm glad to actually have the Despair Dimension back. I am very glad to have the Despair Dimension back, even though freaking Psyche was the top Reaper. But that's this episode. Tomorrow, once again, get hype. Voice actors or voice actresses, voice VAs across the multiverse. Voices across the multiverse. I'm excited for it. And it should be a fun time. It's something we've done, I think, maybe 2 times, maybe 3 times, maybe 2 times, maybe just 2 times. So I think it's time to bring it back, and I'm ready for it. I'm very much ready for it. Fangons will be next Friday. Next Thursday will be potential teams, and then it's Agent of Chaos matches. Dang. Preseason always really flies by, especially when I know what I'm gonna do for all of them. Although if you have any other preseason ideas that you want to see, that potential teams one, it's a toss-up. If you have an episode, one that you're like, oh, you should definitely do this, and I'm like, oh, you know what, maybe we'll do that. Stay classy. Year of the Zenith. Toon Link Dave Anomaly, the Anomalakar, United States Aviator, Toodaloo, Flight Crew. Thanks for watching.